Hello dear students. This video has been published with the purpose of revision of the first chapter, Rajput Age, New Rulers and States. So we'll be going through the chapter and just revising the important concepts. I won't be explaining everything in detail, but we'll be completing the whole part. During the period of 500 years, that is between 700 AD to 1200 AD, Rajput era was established in major parts of North India and South India. They kept the Indian Hindu culture alive. Let us learn in detail about these small and large yet significant Rajput kingdoms, where they were located and how they were. Harshvardhan period. In the 7th century, after the death of Harshvardhan, his vast empire was divided into small independent states in North India. Similarly, independent states were formed in South India also after the death of Pulkeshi II. This period of the Middle Age is called the Rajput Era in the Indian history. The word Rajput means Rajputra. As per description of Bhatt or Bards, there were 36 clans of Rajputs in the 14th century. The characteristics of Rajputs. Rajputs were brave, so their reign lasted long. They kept their promises even at the cost of their lives. They would rather die than show their back to enemy. They were protectors of cow Brahmins. They would protect the surrendered at any cost. They never practiced unrighteousness even in the battle. Rajput women were famous for their valor. They sent their sons and husbands to the war front happily. They didn't even care for their safety and security. If needed, they would go out in the battlefield with sword in their hand. There are many examples of such brave women. In the medieval history of India, there are instances of bravery, courage, and heroism of Rajputs. The Rajputs defended India from foreign invasion for about 500 years. Let us study about such Rajput dynasties. India was divided into many small and large provinces in the late 7th century. With the rise of feudal power, many Rajput dynasties emerged in the country. This time is called the Middle Age. We will study the states of North and South India of that time. Feudal power means the land is in possession of only the king. There will be tenants, there will be landlords, they can work on the land, but ultimately all the property was of the king. The states of North India. After the decline of Gurjar Pratihar kingdom, various states were established which included Gadhwal state of Kannauj, Chandels of Bundelkhand, Parmar kingdom of Malwa, Chalukya or Solanki kingdom of Anilwad, Chedi kingdom of Dal, Chauhan kingdom of Shakambari, Gohil kingdom of southern Rajasthan. Gadhwal kingdom. Chandradev founded the Gadhwal kingdom. He made Kashi another capital besides Kannauj. Important rulers born in this dynasty are Madan Chandra and Govind Chandra. Govind Chandra was the most majestic and valiant king of the clan. He prevented the invasion of Ghazni and renovated many Buddhist monasteries. Chandel Dynasty. The state of Chandels of Bundelkhand region was known as Jijakabhukti. The great rulers of this dynasty were Yashovarman, Kirtivarman, Paramhirdev or Parmar. Chandel dynasty holds great importance in Indian history. The important cities constructed by the Chandel dynasty, the rulers of the Chandel dynasty are Khajuraho, Kalinjar and Mahoba. Khajuraho became famous as a place of pilgrimage due to its magnificent temples. Chandels built and decorated great religious buildings and reservoirs in Bundelkhand. Parmar dynasty. Since ancient times, the region of Malwa has been known as Avanti or Ujjaini. Krishnaraj founded Parmar dynasty in 820 AD. The Parmar dynasty had great rulers like Siyuk, Munj, Bhoj. Bhoj was the greatest ruler of Parmar dynasty. He was popular as an ideal king in India. Raja Bhoj established a college in Dharanagri. He established a beautiful city, Bhojpur, present Bhopal, which was surrounded by small hills. Chauhan dynasty of Shakambhari. Many Rajput chiefs of Chauhan or Chahaman dynasty ruled in different parts of Gujarat and Rajasthan. One of the branches of these rulers ruled in Shakambhari in the 8th century. Shakambhari is a place located to the north of Ajmer near Sambhar Lake. Vasudev was the founder of the Chahaman or Chauhan dynasty of Shakambhari. In the beginning of the 12th century, Ajay Raj sat on the throne of Shakambhari. He established a town named Ajay Meru, which was later known as Ajmer. The princess of Solanki king of Gujarat, Siddharaj Jaisi, was married to Arnoraj of Chauhan dynasty. After him, his son Someshwar Chauhan came to the throne. He was succeeded by his son Prithviraj III. Prithviraj III holds a unique place in the history of India. Prithviraj Chauhan defeated Shihabuddin Ghori in the Tarai plain between Thaneshwar and Karnal in 1191 AD. After this, Prithviraj Chauhan was defeated in 1192 AD and Muslim power rose to the throne of Delhi. Hence, the Battle of Tarai is considered a landmark in the Indian history. Chavra dynasty. The rulers of Gujarat have a significant place in the Rajput era. Gurjar was a kingdom of Pratihars in the 8th century. Around the middle of the 8th century, Vanraj Chavra founded Anhilwad Patan on the banks of the river Saraswati in 756 AD. It is a common belief that Vanraj Chavra named the new town Anhilwad Patan after his childhood friend Anhil Bharwad. At this time, Saurashtra and Kutch were ruled by Chavla dynasty. They included Vardhan, Diu, Okhamandal, Patgar or Lakpat, Bhadravati, Kutch, etc. The rulers of the rule of Solanki kings or Chalukya dynasty kings are considered to be the golden age of the Rajput regime. Powerful rulers of this clan include Mulraj, Bhimdev I, Siddharaj Jaisi, Kumarpal, Bhimdev II, etc. During the rule of Solanki or Chalukya kings, Gujarat was economically and culturally prosperous. Udaymati, daughter of the ruler of Junagadh, Rakhengar, was married to Bhimdev I Solanki. Rani Udaymati built the world-famous stepwell Rani Ki Vav in Patan, which has been declared as World Heritage Site by UNESCO. Siddharaj Jaisi's mother, Meenal Devi or Mayanala Devi, was the ideal queen mother. She did lot of things to give justice to the people. It was her decision to stop pilgrimage texts at Somnath as well as construct Malav Lake in Dholka. During the reign of Siddharaj Jaisi, Kalikal Sarvagna Hemchandra Acharyaji composed a grammar book named Siddha Hem Shabda Anushasan. When the procession of this scripture was carried out on an elephant in the town, the king of Patan walked along with the people. Kumarpal also worked for the public welfare. He was highly influenced by Acharya Hemchandra Acharyaji. Being inspired by him, Kumarpal banned gambling, animal slaughter in the states and issued strict instructions for non-violence. Hemchandra Acharyaji has enhanced the prestige of the king by writing book Kumarpal Charitra. Ajaypal became the ruler of Patan after Kumarpal. After a reign of about 4 years, his son Mulraj II became the ruler of Gujarat. Mulraj II defeated Shihabuddin Ghori at a young age when he invaded Gujarat around 1178 AD. Nadol's Chahman ruler Kalhan and his brother Kirtipal helped him in this fight. As the power of the Solanki rulers weakened, the Waghela dynasty came to power on the throne of Gujarat. Waghelas were royal nobles of Solanki kings. Solanki kings gave village name Vyagrapalli, Waghel, to Arnoraj in return of their services. His descendants were called Waghela after the name of the village. Originally, they too were of the Chalukya clan. Rulers like Virdaval, Visaldev, Arjundev, Sarangdev of Waghela dynasty ruled well in Gujarat. During the reign of Virdaval, Gujarat had efficient and skilled ministers like Vastupal and Tejpal. Because of the proficiency of these ministers, Gujarat could face the battle against the Muslims. Delhi Sultanate was established in Gujarat at the time of Karandev Waghela, the last ruler of Waghela dynasty around 1304 AD. Bengal, Pala dynasty and Sen dynasty. Bengal was ruled by Pala dynasty in the middle of the 8th century. This dynasty was called Pal Vansh of Bengal since the word Pala came after the name of the founder of the dynasty and his descendants. This dynasty was founded by a king named Gopal, 750 AD to 770 AD. After the downfall of Pala dynasty, Sen dynasty was founded in 1095 AD. Vijay Sen was the first eminent king of this dynasty. His son Ballal Sen composed Dan Sagar and Adbhut Sagar texts. After conquering Gujarat from Karandev Waghela, Sultan of Delhi appointed Nazim or Subas. These governors carried out the administration of the state. In 1407 AD, Zafar Khan changed his name to Muzaffar Shah and became the Sultan. There were 14 sultans in this dynasty, including sultans like Ahmad Shah, Mahmud Begla, Bahadur Shah. The Sultanate period came to an end in the 16th century with the beginning of Mughal rule in Gujarat. Ahmad Shah established Ahmedabad. So that was all about the states of North India during the Rajput era. This explanation about the states of South India, the administration of Rajput era, and the foreign attacks on India will be done in the next part.